Hello everyone, welcome back to the second episode of the mini walkthrough slash review that I'm doing for the game that I really like, Dungeon Souls. Today we're gonna showcase the, endgame. Like, it's not really endgame, but it's endgame-ish phase of the game. And first of all, let me just go over something that I forgot to mention in the last video. So when I reset my data for the save, for my Steam save account, whatever, it didn't reset some of the crafting recipes that I used to have before. So for example, I had a spatial dagger or a spatial bow on the archer and on the thief, which makes it so the projectiles that I shoot will pierce through enemies, making it much easier to clear the content faster. So take everything here with a grain of salt. Remember that you will need to craft these items, like I'm gonna showcase later in this video. So just remember that everything you saw in the last video is a little bit skewed because of the items, and so take it with a grain of salt. Now let's jump right into the speed through in the dungeons. So this is, I think, the second or third try that I had in the normal difficulty, and as you can see, everything is going very smoothly. Nothing too weird, I guess. I'm kind of weak at the moment because I don't have, again, the passives like I spoke of in the last video. So I mean, yeah, there's not really much to say about this other than you can use the fact that you have a hidden stage to your advantage. This is something that really should be taken advantage of. I didn't do it here for whatever reason. Maybe I didn't have a book item. I guess I didn't have a book item. I can't remember actually, but I guess I didn't have a book item. So basically what you want to do is you want to clear all of the marks and only then go into the hidden stage, and then you earn extra 2 stages and then a boss basically. And the thing about the hidden library thing is that you're guaranteed a very good item, especially if you're a character that has that relies on the basic attacks like my thief is. The reason being is the item you get from the boss in the library is it gives you very high cooldown reduction, and then it gives you also a lot of magic resist, and I spoke about it in the last video as well. Magic resistance is one of the, well, actually both resistances, armor and magic resist, are both probably the best stats you can get in the game while leveling up, and then from items in general. Like if you have okay, I'm sorry, let me just rephrase it. So when you level up, I would advise you to put points into what fits your character better. So I'm playing a thief, so I want to play with as much damage as I can, because I have the invisibility skill which can avoid all of the damage basically. I have low health, so I need to deal a lot of damage. It's like a glass cannon-y type of build. And also, attacks in this game can be avoided. I don't think there is a single attack in the game that cannot be dodged. It's not the easiest thing to do, but it can be done. So take into account the fact that you can play around with mechanics and just try to outplay the bosses and stuff. That's something you should think about if you wanna play the game on more than just a casual level, right? Because I played sort of casually, so I don't really think about it too much, but I played it so much that I actually can sort of go through the content smoothly without many problems, because I know most of the stuff here really well. And so yeah, but basically you wanna rely on both mechanics and stats. as you just saw, I went into a hidden stage in the frozen area. So you need a leaf item. I said it in the last video as well. I received the leaf item, I think, from the chest that I opened right before I left the stage. So that's why I went back and jumped into the portal. So this is the hidden stage of the frozen area. As you can see, it's called Fey Garden, and you have basically these fairy type monsters that deal a ton of damage, and then the boss as well. It's fucking super strong and it's really hard to deal with. I think I might be doing like the everything on like fast forward, but then I'll slow down the boss fights because those are like kind of cool in my opinion. And yeah, basically I'm going through all of the stages. I'm trying to get as many items as I can, obviously, and then eventually, after you kill the final boss in the game, you have the opportunity to replay through stages and get a shit ton of items. And each time you replay, each time you kill the final boss, I think you can kill it like a limited amount of times, but I've never really tried to do it, and I almost always die on the second playthrough. But basically, you can play through the stages again, and the monsters are stronger and the bosses are tankier and stronger, and but the thing is you get a shit ton of items. But I would say don't buy items. If you go through a second playthrough in the game, don't buy items in the shops because they cost a shit ton of money. As you can see here, I'm already giving up buying items sometimes, because if the item isn't worth the money, sorry, you shouldn't buy it because it costs so much and you will need the money for crafting and for passives and whatever the fuck, right? So don't waste money for no reason in the game. Oh, and a little bit of an explanation about how the bosses work at the end. So basically, in the older versions of the game, back in the day, you used to have like the final boss. It was called the Judgment, which is, for all intents and purposes, the final boss of the run. After you kill it, you unlock the next difficulty, basically. But then they added a bonus stage after this boss, after the Judgment, in which you get to fight like a lot of the first boss, like the Skeleton King, the first boss, a lot of times. You kill him a lot of times, you get a ton of items, and then you jump into some like insanely weird boss you can barely even see. He can one-shot you if you're on harder difficulties. It's crazy, it's fucking crazy. And so this is what, like, this new boss, this the last boss, or I guess so-called last boss after the Judgment, is the beginning of the reruns of the second playthrough, of the third playthrough. And I think you also have like the alien stage, which I can't even remember how to reach, but it has something to do with the last boss as well, with the new boss, which I have no idea what's his name. But basically, just the Judgment is the last boss for all intents and purposes, because you get the next difficulty. Sorry for stuttering. You get the next difficulty after you defeat it. So that's basically all you need to know about it before we reach this stage in the video. And now here I died, and the run is basically over, and I have the nightmare difficulty. As you can see, I already have level 3 on the thief. Eventually I'll get level 5, and after all of my bragging, oh actually I forgot to mention also, I leveled up my coins gain all the way up to level 10, and I mistakenly leveled up a little bit on into the regeneration, and now that's a mistake because you want to save the money so you can get the murderer's ring as fast as you possibly can, as I explain later on. And so you should probably not do it. You should probably just get coin gain up to level 10 as fast as you can, and then immediately go over to murderer's ring. And then, you know, after all of my bragging about how much I know about the game and how good I am, then I proceed to fucking play for 8 hours straight on the nightmare difficulty. And oh my fucking god, I wanted to just punch my computer and just break it and be done with it, because I lost my fucking mind. It was so hard. I did not expect it to be this hard, okay? I didn't expect it to be this hard. I failed so many times in such retarded ways, and I think most of my fails originated from the fact that I was so tilted. I was so fucking tilted because I couldn't finish this difficulty, and I guess that's what I get for being overconfident. Like, what can I say? This game is much harder than I remembered. So yeah, eventually I do get into the through the nightmare difficulty, of course, and I mean, yeah, basically you can see what happens next, I guess. Oh, and just to clarify something, I actually, even though I was really tilted at the moment, I did enjoy it a lot, which sort of surprised me in a way, because I didn't really have a lot of fun playing games lately. I just kind of didn't really enjoy a lot of games, so I did hope to have fun when playing this game again, but I didn't expect to have this much fun, to be honest. So yeah, that's kind of nice. So, as you saw in the video up until now, I finally got the less difficulty unlocked. As you can see, you get enemies have 300% HP, deal 250 damage, walk 60% faster, and you get 400% experience. Which basically means that if you want to level up your other characters other than the one that you've played right up until now, if you've played only one obviously, then you can just basically take them into the hardest difficulty and get a shit ton of XP for basically nothing. And we're gonna like showcase it with the archer in a second. First of all, let's go over some of the mechanics that you need to abuse in order to survive this harder difficulty, right? So first of all, we're gonna go for the crafting. So here we have something that's very important to know. When you reach like the very end game-ish stages of the game, so when you unlock every difficulty, when you reach your desired level on whatever character you want to play. If you want to play every character, then you can level up every single character, and then you get into crafting items. Well, you see, you have a lot of recipes. You have a lot of different recipes for different items. Each item has a description. You can see what it does. So the fire dagger, a dagger that has a chance of burning enemies, for example. Wind sword, a sword that can grant swiftness, which I would assume either knocks people back or gives you movement speed, right? Because wind, like you can generally check these things out on the internet if you want to, but I would just advise you playing around. It's not really hard to get the materials, it's not really hard to get the recipes, and you should just like play around with things. You should just forge stuff, and yeah, whatever works for you, great. So there's one thing, this ring right here, you get it like fairly early, like on your first visits in the library after you kill Merlin, the boss there. You get this item right here. It costs really, it's like really cheap to build it, but you need to build 2 of these and then convert them into 2 of these, and that's what costs a lot of money, right? Like it's 50k coins. It's a lot of money, so you need to invest a lot of money into it, but it is so worth it because this ring right here increases your stats by so much, and it also makes like a ring of lasers around you. So let me just show you. So let's press space. So there we have it, we created the ring. So now we go into the armory and we equip it. Simply press space. If you wanna unequip it, you just you just press R like they say, then you press space again and you unequip it. But as you can see on the side there, plus 10 mixed damage, plus 10 mixed defense, which means you get 10 bonus damage, 10 bonus magic damage, 10 bonus armor, 10 bonus magic resistance. And this is insane. And then you have the lasers, which is absolutely amazing. You can like avoid so many deaths with this shit. So it doesn't matter which character you equip it on up there, because this is like stuff you equip here are just universal items. Like they're on the inventory of yourself as a player, I guess, and not the character that you summon into the dungeon, if that makes sense. So yeah, basically that's how crafting works. Now, at the moment, I am trying to get 100k for a pendant that will give me, like, it will reflect projectiles at random intervals. So this is really good because most bosses, if not all bosses, have projectiles that are so strong that can like destroy you, that can slow you and then kill you in a heartbeat. You won't even be able to tell because it's gonna be so fast. But the thing is, I'm not gonna like save for the pendant. Let me just show you the pendant. Like I didn't do it as I knew, but let me just show you the pendant, okay? So this is the pendant right here. 50% chance of redirecting enemy projectiles every second. Right? So this is the pendant, and it costs 100k. I have 88k, and I'm not gonna be able to build it because I don't think I'll continue playing the game, because I've played this game so much. I only played it in order to showcase it, to get some more, well, what little attention I can get to the game, because I really like this game. I really think it should get more attention. It should get, like, people should play it more, because I don't think there are a lot of people play it. And also I really think you will enjoy it. I really do think that if people play it, you can get at least 50 hours of like joy of this game. I just can't really think of a better way to phrase it. So like, it's a really fun game. The thing is, you can't play it, I guess you can play it for infinite amount of times, but it's not really that feasible, because, well, not feasible, it's not really that I guess possible, because the thing is, if you've played every character, if you've played it a lot of times, then you know basically most of the fucking most of the patterns in the game, and you just lived through it enough times to where it doesn't excite you as much. So I still can have fun in the game, but just doesn't feel as good as at the beginning. So I would urge you to play it a lot, have fun with it, like just play it until you feel like you're not having fun with it anymore. Then I would suggest leave it on your computer. Leave it on your fucking computer. I never deleted this game because from time to time I would just jump in, have like a run with one of the characters, either rogue or whatever else, right? Oh, and yeah, I didn't speak about the rogue. So as you can see, I got a huge stat boost when I leveled up to rogue. Basically, it's really nice. When you get to 5 stars, you get really strong. So we're gonna go ahead and try to level up the ranger. We already put the points into stats, as you can see. We put it into crit and into attack damage and into stamina, which increases health. So basically we're gonna try out the archer and we'll see how many stars we can get, or how much EXP we can get within one run. I don't think we'll get a lot, but let's try it out. Let's see how fast I can actually clear 2 marks. So that's 1. I guess I need 1 ability per mark, which is kind of nice actually. So let's check out our second ability. Look at that, this is nice wave clear, like this is nice clear we got here. And I think we might be able to get 1 star in this run, actually. We'll see, but I really think we could. Reason being, I am so strong, and I have a book for the hidden library, which means I'll get even more XP. And I almost died to a fucking skeleton. Oh, come on, dude. He spawned over me, like on top of me. Are you serious? Like, I think we're not even close to 1 star though. Shit. This is actually very very unfortunate. I don't know what to say. I suck at this game, seriously. Well, I'm pretty sure like I don't really have anything else to show about the game. You saw all the bosses already, you saw all the stages. I mean, there's really nothing else to talk about. The game is like, you should play it. If you liked what you saw up until now, then you should definitely play it. You should definitely give it a try. This game is so fun. It can. Seriously, right? Are you serious? Okay, that's very unfortunate again. So the game is very fun. Like I said, I really would advise that you give it a try. Hopefully you try it. Hopefully you enjoy it, because I really think this game like deserves more recognition for what it is. It's a great game. Go for it. Try it. So, to close things out, if you enjoyed, please leave a like. If you have something to say, please leave a comment. If you liked the type of video that this video presents, please subscribe, obviously. And one last thing, I do plan on starting to stream right as this video goes up, hopefully. I might not, but most likely I will. So there's a link to my stream in the description below. Please check this out. I will be streaming MapleStory. If you don't like MapleStory, then like you don't have to come, obviously. So yeah, Hopefully I'll see you guys there. See ya.